They actually found us through their general contractor. So he introduced them into us. And they're a couple with just one daughter, and they have a single-family home that just wasn't being utilized the way they wanted it. And so they were looking for a way to actually enlarge the kitchen, make it more functional for entertaining, and as their daughter grows, to be able to use the kitchen as well. So the original kitchen, the condition of the kitchen wasn't that bad. They could probably actually get by without doing a remodel for a little bit longer, but it was a small space. So where their sink run, their main kitchen sink run is, the end of that is actually where the old kitchen ended, and it had a wall. So it had a wall that went across and then returned towards the refrigerator. So we actually took down those walls. So with us expanding their kitchen after we took down the wall, we kind of eliminated their dining room area. So we incorporated that with their island to kind of create that as a work surface as well as a dining area. And then in the side of the kitchen where the refrigerator is, that space was really underutilized. It was kind of a space that they didn't know what to do with. So we added a lot of storage into there as well as some additional countertop space for them to use. So their oven especially, they went with a French door oven, which is kind of what you find more in kind of commercial applications where the doors actually open sideways instead of up and down like our traditional home ovens. So that was one of her requests, was to have that type of oven so it's better for baking and even doing cooking like roasting and things like that. Her other request was to have the secondary sink that we put into the island. That way you have a surface where you can have multiple cooks in the kitchen. One can be using the main kitchen sink, and then the other one who's on the cooktop surface can also use the prep sink. They wanted to have deep sinks, as well as her main kitchen sink. She went with an apron sink just to give a little bit interest to the kitchen. So the appliances, they went with the GE brand. They used the GE Monogram for their cooktop and for that oven. And then they went with a Bosch for the dishwasher. We see that a lot with the dishwashers. Bosch makes one of the better dishwashers. So the countertop, we used the brand Cambria. It is the color Britannica. So she actually wanted the countertop to be a focal point, kind of like a piece of art. She was absolutely in love with the countertop, and we kind of built things around that particular countertop as far as putting everything together for the kitchen. So we were looking for a color in the cabinets that would complement both the countertop and their flooring. Unfortunately, we didn't get to help them with their flooring. They found that on their own, but tying it all together. So we were looking for a brown tone in the cabinet that would pick up the flooring but also complement the counter. One of them was it's kind of funny a little bit. The wife actually wanted to, where we have her tall pantries and additional counter and cabinet storage, she wanted to make sure that we got that incorporated as a part of the kitchen. Her husband is a big fisherman, so she wanted to make sure that his fishing poles and things didn't end up over there. The only challenge that we had was the island actually ties right into a supporting post because we had taken down some walls. So where the extra cabinetry storage is, there is a post towards the end of the island, and we had to incorporate that. It couldn't be removed into the whole scheme of the design. That was a little bit of a challenge, figuring out how to get the island to sit nicely with that piece. I think the countertop for me was one of the highlights of this kitchen, being that she wanted to be a focal point. I think that we were able to achieve it. I love this color of the counter, or counters that are similar to this one, where they have that nice movement to them. It is like a piece of art, and we were able to run that all the way up to the bottom of the cabinets as well. So it's kind of like having a piece of art built into her walls.